welcome to a Streamteam After Hours School of Movies. We need to talk about Fandom Part 2. I am joined today by my wonderful co-hosts, Johan, the ever loquacious Lord of Pans, and the Lord of Cringe, or at least Lord of Watching Cringe, White Dragon. How you guys doing?
Boys from the hood.
Well, at least this is gonna be. At least this is gonna be. What was it again?
Fantastic.
Yeah, almost. No. It was why fandom is toxic or something.
Yeah.
Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, let's go for that.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So it's not gonna start off with some of the bad. It's gonna get bad though. So.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Hold your horses about the beautiful music of sudden generic music coming in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Yep.
It's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So let us go through all of these 12 points together. I'll call out a point, and you girls and Guy elaborate on how a person might be feeling if the needle lands here. Indifference. Now this, if you look up the opposite of love, it's not hate, it's indifference. It's not the exact opposite of, I think, like it's the opposite of secure love.
What?
But it's where you like. Anyone want to explain what indifference?
Wouldn't indifference be neutral? That's not the opposite of anything, wouldn't it be?
So let me actually see if this will work. So I'm just going to share my entire screen, and instead of I'm just going to. This is kind of what they mean by the color wheel.
Wait. It's not even love. It's not love and indifference. It's secure love and indifference, and love is compared to meh.
Weren't those the same thing?
The opposite of love is meh. The opposite
of love will be I fucking hate you. I want to rip your fucking face off.
Also, the total opposite of hatred is also meh.
I think they're kind of like putting like and dislike on these two things.
Is this like a whole justification thing they're doing?
I think, yeah, where they're kind of just saying like where you kind of stand with it, like there was secure love with Disney, I guess.
Difference is because this applies to people as well. This applies to how you can feel about a person.
So is the audio coming through?
That's how a lot of fans
it's coming through.
Their love of the thing in general.
Oh gosh, I'm going to take this into a dark place pretty quick. Okay, so speaking about media, indifference, at least to me, goes back like as a quick aside to a conversation that you and I had earlier. You mentioned something about The Wrinkle in Time, and I said, "Oh yeah, that was a movie." And so like just total indifference on my part in that way. But indifference can potentially have a negative edge whenever indifference is inappropriate for a situation. Speaking as a trans person, I can see a lot. We talk about indifference.
What the hell has that to do with anything?
With any kind of minority. And
well, it's kind of indifference, her opinion.
So he's talking about indifference towards trans people being toxic. Well, she.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah. And so like that's what she's saying by going into a dark place.
A very, very edgy dark place.
Ooh. Yeah, I should have taken a screenshot of that wheel so I can have a reference.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Well, kind of like I'll be kind of like when it's paused, I'll just flick back to it.
I still cannot believe that obsession is also meh.
God damn it.
The polar opposite of obsession is meh. Meh.
Yeah.
Because you can't take a full screenshot when you're in full screen mode for some reason.
Strange. That's strange.
Got it. You can continue now.
Alrighty.
You also can't rely on, like, somebody who is indifferent can't be an ally to somebody who might need them.
It's the least invested.
What?
What does that even mean?
That is. If somebody does not like you, a person that doesn't like you but does not hate you, can still be an ally.
Like, hey, I don't like you as a person, but I will defend your rights to be an asshole or something along those lines.
Yeah, or we don't like each other, but that guy that takes over the world, fuck that guy, I'm gonna beat him up.
Or you have rights as a human being, even if I don't really like you as a person. Like, I don't like Movie Bob, but he still technically has his right to vote, even though he's an idiot.
Unless you're David Benioff, then you don't deserve the right to think at all.
No, he just has the penalty of not being banned from doing anything that isn't related to
Writing.
stocking shelves at Walmart.
Oh.
Let's
I don't
just
even
have
trust him to do that. It actually takes some brain cells to do that.
Well, at least he's not
Hey,
being
he would
creative.
kind of forget where to put the milk. You put the milk in the fucking Homeline section and they'll fucking rot away.
We kind of
Well-
forgot about the axe in the shell, putting them on top of
Well, in that case, he's not ruining any media franchises. So, and then he'll get screamed at by his managers. So, fair enough.
But then again, his managers will scream at him anyways because Walmart managers are fucking useless most of the time.
Mine, I've had some like relatively decent people, probably because I live in Mormonville, and Mormonville is pretty chill most of the time.
Or is the polar opposite of
you're not
strong
indifferent at all,
dislike?
but that indifference can manifest in some like really problematic ways.
Proclaiming I don't see color to people of color can come off as indifference.
Recently, there was actually a news story.
What the fuck does this have to do with anything?
It doesn't. They're just bringing it in because they have no other use.
Are they trying to space this thing out?
Of course.
Basically, they're kind of going through the color wheel after like he went on his long rant. We did a video earlier. We covered the first 26 minutes of this a few weeks ago, and
it's horrible.
It was horrible. Yeah, like it was a very, very long preamble about like how like fandom now is really toxic because they feel like they own the art that is being given to them, and it's just you pay for it, you have a say in it, is my feeling about it. You support these people, and it's just, yeah, we don't like the art, therefore they should probably reconsider or take the feedback, depending, since sometimes feedback isn't accurate or isn't viable, like idiots who say, like most of the idiots who say the like Lord of the Rings is boring because there's enough fighting in it.
Yeah, kind of like fucking George R. R. Martin. Wait, yeah, I am not going to release my books for another 30,000 years, even though we've paid for like all the other books, and he's just going to do all random fucking projects and just not finish his fucking books. You have some obligation to your fandom.
Yeah, it kind of the main issue is the fact that like Mr. Martin, you have given us multiple due dates that you have said that you would get Winds of Winter out by, and you have missed all of them.
Well, we kind of forgot about.
Oh,
kind of at this point, it's just I think we kind of have a right to be a little bit annoyed with your procrastination and saying, do you need a co-writer? Do you need like somebody to like a taskmaster to keep you on point or something? Like, because we're willing to help. It's just that you're clearly like you've lost motivation. Just tell us that you're done with this series for the foreseeable future.
Or he maybe is, getting forgettable because he's getting older. You never know.
I know he's like, I know he's got like, it seems as though like he's just lost the plot, and he's like he's introduced so many threads that he doesn't know how to do with, because he like with Feast for Crows, it kind of was tangent the book. It's good. It's a pretty good, well written book, but it's got a lot. It introduces a lot of things that he's going to have to tie up later, and I don't know if he really can. And I've read worse, and there are idiots who say that it was a travesty, that it sucks, and it's just, You people, I don't respect you people. You people are morons.
Has EFEP ever made a response to any School of Movies episodes?
Nope. That's because their episodes are usually 2 hours long, and
2 hours, make it 3 sometimes.
You would think the long would appreciate a wrong rebuttal.
well, probably just it's like Movie Bob at like elongated for 2 hours. Is the level of stupid we're dealing with here?
We're talking
boy.
about
It's like-
colors here, you know, colors
Yeah.
of very shade colors of proud colors of gray. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're kind of like, for whatever reason, they're bringing trans rights into a discussion about indifference in regards to fandom. Which
You
is,
see where the connections lie? I don't know.
Mhm.
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to bring up. I think mainly it's just because the trans person has nothing else to bring to this conversation because they kind of feel like they're fake.
How can you be fake?
Yeah.
Damn, they're plastic people.
Beaten by 5 people at a 7-Eleven downtown here in Pittsburgh. And there were a handful, like half a dozen to a dozen people who observed it and did absolutely nothing.
Wait.
You're not invested at all, but that indifference can manifest in some like...
Pause that real quick.
Proclaiming I don't.
You should have some music playing in the background. And I have some. I have some copyright free music that's perfect.
I wish I could, but I don't think I can, and it would kind of mix up with the audio and be really chaotic.
No, audio mixing, I know how to do it.
Well, maybe another time. We'll see.
It's so stupid.
Color
that
to people of color can come off as indifference.
Recently, there was actually a news story about a trans man who was beaten by 5 people at a 7-Eleven downtown.
What the fuck does this have to do with the fucking plot?
You know, this definitely has to do everything with that stupid.
Check your
video.
DMs in Discord.
I saw it. Yeah. The
No, the other one.
Oh.
That's the song. Just listen to that real quick. It's really fucking great.
I guess like how would I play it over the thing?
Well, you see, you can open it up in YouTube, or you can open it up and you can download it using the 4K downloader and just turn it on and lower it in the background. Just lower it.
What do you mean, like the why?
Yeah.
Well, I can always do a clip, I guess, of like just this.
That's more better.
Yeah.
Quick,
Didn't
just
help
play it
again.
real quick. No, trust me. It's only a 2-minute clip, so we only have it for like 2 minutes.
Sure. I'll share it, and we'll see how it works.
Yeah, just. Oh, turn it up. Now play that as we're watching the video.
Okay. Alrighty.
There were a handful, like half a dozen to a dozen people who observed it and did absolutely nothing to stop it from happening. And so that is It kind of goes back to that old.
Yeah, you gotta turn it up a bit.
All that is necessary for evil to triumph.
Which
is for
one?
good people to do
The
nothing.
background music.
The background music. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of those.
Because even on much lower stakes, something like Star Wars, or whatever, if people, even that, like, you don't have to necessarily like fight that battle. You don't have to choose that hill to die on, but like, it helps to have an opinion on these kinds of things. There's oh gosh, and now I'm gonna quote fucking Destiny. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I swear?
Yes. We can't get through this show without.
Just makes it
Oh
so
my
much
fucking
more.
God, did you swear? Oh no, my bad.
But I really like. I might end up getting it.
Really makes it far more easy to listen to.
a side must always be taken, little light, even if it's the wrong side. And I'm like, there's problems with that. But at the same time, it does kind of highlight some of the elements where indifference can be problematic as well.
Here's a question then, with indifference in terms of how it relates to fandom or pieces of media.
Well, kind of the problem with kind of this line of thinking is just what does this... there's a big difference between whether I am indifferent to, say, Destiny or Mass Effect or The Host, both versions, or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense to me, like
you can be indifferent about what again? Let's see. Okay. You can be indifferent about, a new game that's coming up. I don't know. You can be indifferent about it because you have not yet an opinion about it. But once you get the opinion, then there is a clear point of view towards it. But there can be small parts of it that you might be like, I didn't like it, but I didn't not like it,
Mm-hmm. Or I'm indifferent about, well, I'm actually not indifferent about Knives Out. I actually kind of hate Knives Out because Knives Out is stupid. And it's frustrating to me that kind of like Knives Out represents a smart, fun movie to the masses. And it's just, you people are so stupid. Why exactly is this being touted as smart in a day and age?
Because everybody's stupid.
Yes, that is let's go with that. And it's so frustrating to me. That's just like, this is what counts as smart cinema. We'll eventually cover Knives Out and just like go through a bullet pointed list of why that movie is stupid and doesn't make any sense and is filled with contrivances.
But for instance, like take the fandom of Rome Total War, so the Total War series. There are some good parts of the Total War series, but they finally did a remaster of the original Rome Total War. There were some good things, but there were also very bad things that people didn't like. I could say that the HD graphical update was looking really well done, but the new AI, the new UI, it is absolutely horrendous, and that's the thing that I strongly dislike. That's why I try to avoid such games, because that's why the new Total War series are no longer my thing, because they removed the original UI that was like structured and very easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And they turned it into a mobile game, so it's bad.
Yeah, does sound like it. Let's keep going.
Thing I've seen popping up quite a bit lately, and this is eternal. This has always been there.
Oh my!
In particular, in the diversity context, the argument of, well, I don't care what colour they are, or what gender they are, or what sexuality they are. I just want it to be the best that it can be. I just want it to be the best person for the job. Would you say that falls within the indifference category?
I would say
that's normally how you do get a job. Yes.
It is indifference, but it is a kind of indifference that it is that insidious indifference.
Oh, that's insidious. We want good writing.
What does insidious mean even? Is it like working for Slithers or what?
So insidious is here's what insidious means sinister, like
what?
Yeah, let me look up.
Someone's got a bird in the background.
Yes, that is my little sister's bird.
How the hell do you get insidious as a indifference thing? So you have a sadistic indifference, or a very, very bloodthirsty indifference. What? That doesn't make any sense how you put... Oh my god. What the hell is she using for words? Jeez,
like more words.
So insidious... So, the definition of insidious for those watching who maybe my phone is being stupid. Let me see. Insidious definition.
This bird is gonna get on people's nerves.
Yeah, I wish I could kill it, but unfortunately my sister would be sad.
Use the gas!
Yeah, let me I'll put his blanket over him.
Be gone!
1 second. Chat amongst yourselves.
So, White, what do you think so far of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful broadcast?
I think it's an adulterous abomination.
Yeah, they really use words, and trust me, their sexual life is gonna probably also be in this lovely podcast again. So get ready for the horny teens.
Oh my! What the fuck does this have? Insidious intent. Because we want good writing, we don't care about your fucking gender politics. We don't want that shit shoved up our fucking faces. And shit.
Yes, indeed. You don't want to have all these politics is shoved into your face because you just wanted to watch a good movie. You just wanted to watch a movie with its plot instead of seeing a 20 commercial about how to create a rainbow color flag for the person in the background and how brave they are and stunning.
So what they're referring to. So insidious, the definition is treacherous / crafty. It's also proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects. That's what they mean.
How is that indifferent?
Basically, they're saying that it's an insidious type of indifference because it basically says that they're about to clarify, but it's basically you saying that you don't care what gender or sexuality or whatever they are.
So it is actually just said that it was that. Just said I don't care situation.
Yeah.
Instead of insidious it's like insidious indifference. Boom! You're a frog now. Take that. I'm a wizard.
They are digging way too much into people who want good movies. They're like, "Oh, you're such a piece of shit for wanting that. How dare you?"
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, well, kind of they're about to kind of clarify a little bit. Basically, it's insidious. They think that it's insidious to say that I don't or at least the mentality that I just want the best person for the job. I don't care who they are. They're kind of about to explain why.
Aggressive indifference in a sense, where it's not so much oh, I never really thought about it, or I don't really have an opinion. It's actively saying oh no, I don't want to be involved in that. And actually, I have a really good example from work that I can use to illustrate this, I think. So as I've mentioned, in a lot of places, I am faculty at a university and I teach in the pharmacy program. And one of the things that we do in all of our classes is we have patient cases, paper patient cases that the students work through. And many, many years ago, and this was the prevailing concept until I came along, was that in order to avoid certain demographic problems, quote unquote, you just don't mention those demographics. So you just say, you only mention the demographics that are relevant for the patient case. So you say, okay, we have...
Yes, that's exactly what you need to do. You're not supposed to bring anything else to the project than just saying hey, we want that car fixed. How are we going to fix that car? Have you looked at the tires? Have you looked at the thing? No, you're not going to be saying about, did you know that Sarah is actually getting pregnant? That's the driver, by the way. Oh my God, she has such a good... It's no, you not give irrelevant information on a subject at hand. If you want to talk about rainbows and sunshine while you're literally trying to make sure that a meteor is not hitting the Earth, well, maybe that's a very smart idea to just focus on that instead of, doing the other side objective that is not relevant to anything.
That's your opinion, though.
Let's keep going.
of a
Indeed.
58-year-old man.
Such a
you never
straw
mention
man
your
right
race,
there. There we
or
go.
you never mention, maybe what gender if it's not necessary. And that's so that you, as the instructor, can say, oh, like I wasn't taking a racial stance. But the problem with
Okay.
that is that we live in a society, and this society
Well, the problem with that, we live in a society.
We live in a society where this bullshit is not allowed. No shit.
Yeah, let's keep
Sorry,
going.
that was fine. Great.
as a cultural default for what that is. And so that cultural default, at least here in America, is able-bodied, cisgender, heterosexual white men. And,
Oh my god.
Wait, what's asexual, disgender,
Okay,
asexual
so
sex man? Well, what's that for kind of wizardly speaking?
basically what this person is saying is that we have a cultural default based on the patient thing. When somebody says like it's a man this age, the automatic idea is cis white man.
Oh, you mean like in China, the norm is Asian people, or Africa, it's African people. Oh my god, no way.
What?
Well, part of it's because this is America, and America is kind of a melting pot, and we're kind of like, what, 50% white, I think.
Wait, you guys don't say like, hey, these people are Dutch, these people are French, these people are, European. No, you just have to say, well, this man over there is a man, bland, shawam, glam, glam, with some extra sham ham on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to say that. You just have to say that's a person. There you go.
Yeah.
Fix your problem with pronunciation.
Yeah, and honestly, like, as far as I know, other than like the degree of melanin in your skin, biologically we're not that different from like race to race, as far as I am aware. Like, our biology is relatively similar.
Well, if you look at the Homo sapien or the Homo sapien, then yes, they are indifferent. But one is dead and the other one is not, so too bad for them.
Yeah, but what is dead may never die.
No.
Yes, like the Homo erectus, one of the best names ever.
Well, there is a character in Mad Max Fury Road named Rictus Erectus.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mad Max Fury Road is the best action movie ever. I love that movie. It's amazing.
That's
what the
amazing.
fuck is the thing?
What the word Homo erectus means literally man that stands up straight.
Okay, according to this right here, it is. Oh my god, what the fuck? Like the entire country. What the hell? It was showing it for me for like 5 seconds. Nah. Okay, so. Oh my god. Because I loaded up for like 5 seconds. Like, nah, I'm gonna delete everything. Okay, so America's population, according to this, is 60% white, 18% Hispanic, 5.6 Asian, 12% black.
That's pretty decent.
Okay.
Multiple races, 2.8. American Indian, Alaskan, 0.7. Native Hawaiian, other Pacific Islander is 0.2.
So the percentages is basically like representative of like, yeah, we should allow as many people as possible, but they're going to get into some weird straw manning in a little bit, and it's going to be frustrating.
It's going to be lovely.
Like the reason white people, males and white people are most prominent because it's that's the majority of the population. Like, are you going to say that about fucking China? Oh, look at all these Asian people. Oh, wow.
Don't you feel racist right now, being Asian?
Let's keep going.
That means that if you leave a part out, your brain is automatically going to fill it in with that. So if you say, well, I don't care, like, oh, I don't really see that, I don't really pay attention to race, I just want it to be the best it can be. Well, the thing is, your marker of what the best it can be has been shaded by many, 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 many years of the society and the culture and the media actively pushing out creators of
No,
and
no.
Actually,
Fucking way.
hold on, Joanne, hold on. They have been pushing out creative people in Hollywood.
Yes, but not like
Yeah.
that.
He's right but wrong at the same time.
Yes, he's so wrong.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Basically, like they're saying that the shading, the best it can be, has been shaded by our media and saying that it's like has to be made by a white man in order for it to be good.
Which is kind of insane considering Hollywood is super woke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yet the people, honestly, like, we're most mad at a pair of white men for ruining Star Wars.
We're mad for a pair of white men ruining Game of Thrones.
We are mad that they're gonna be making a new Lord of the Rings.
Subhuman, sorry.
Well, kind of the thing is, like, Game of Thrones is okay to hate because Game of Thrones is anti-woke in many respects. Because it has violence towards women and lots of rape in it.
Fucking
whatever. I didn't see any rape there in those movies. What are you talking about? But that's so true. That's so true. It had a lot of it in it.
But for whatever reason, that it appealed to the woke crowd by putting a bunch of strong women in charge, so they kind of ignored the hashtag.
But was that even intentional? I don't even think they weren't even intentionally doing that.
I think that was honestly actor favoritism more than anything else.
Don't get me wrong here, but do remember that these lovely people that are speaking right now actually went totally, turned on by such things as rape, especially with the Wonder Movie part.
I don't think they were turned on. I think they hated that bit. They thought it was really creepy.
And well, it didn't feel like it, that they were boosting the force of Diane with having a sexual relationship with the other person. I don't know.
They wanted it to be. They actually didn't want the rape bit.
Oh yeah,
the
that
weird
was true.
rape bit
that was
to
true.
happen.
Sorry.
They didn't want that to happen.
I had it confused with the other one. With Diane.
They wanted to be with Barbara, who
Bob,
who kind of has more chemistry with Gal Gadot than Chris Pine does. It seems as though Chris Pine was baffled for most of the movie and was just kind of like there for the ride, even though like he's kind of the best thing in it apart from Maximo Lord, because everything else in that movie is crap.
I have not seen that movie, so I can't comment.
You don't need to. It's bad. All right.
It's not great. Let's put it that way. It's definitely not.
It's technically incompetent, from a technical aspect, and it's very funny. Let's keep going.
And ableness and background that you don't even know what the marker of good is in this context.
Oh, fuck you.
People don't know what good is.
Yeah, let's kind of let's
fuck yourself, school movies. Just take a rod right and shove it right up your fucking faggoted ass mouth.
So
fuck you.
I think that kind of the law of cause and effect and execution of theme has nothing to do with your race or gender. It deals with your competence.
Oh, we can't tell what good movies are, apparently. Because, we're just blind. Well, we're just socially engineered to be stupid, I guess.
Well,
are we stupid?
Since when? The best person for the job, it kind of like, yeah, it's not a matter of like we're culturally saying like white men are the best. It's like, no, it's just the commonality means that most of the good directors of the past few years, but also all of the bad directors of the past few years are white.
Then again, I always point to the fact that if you're gonna make if you're in China and you make a movie, you're most likely gonna be Asian. So like, the fuck is your point? It's so it's so brain dead, retarded.
And also, like, there's a secondary issue of just the fact that, like, you do realize that Tyler Perry is a black man who's been working in Hollywood, and most of his movies are crap. Actually, all of his movies are crap. Tyler Perry has never made a good movie in his existence.
Can you give me can you tell me what movies he's made?
He's the Medea guy.
Anything else?
Temptation, which is apparently a really, really bad
have you watched
movie.
Have you watched the Twilight Zone reboot series?
No, I haven't. But apparently, like, a lot of people, for whatever reason, love Jordan Peele's stuff and think it's great. And there's like a lot of like little messages and interesting deconstructions of race theory, that sort of thing.
Because I watched a couple episodes of his Twilight reboot series, and it's insanely incompetent. Like, you should watch it just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things about, like, I know, like, these people love Get Out and Us, but Us and Get Out were widely like criticized by people I trust, like EFAP and ER, where it doesn't make sense. And there's like, it's fine that it doesn't make sense. It's all about the allegory, and it's just if the mechanics of the movie are stupid and don't make sense, and the character decisions are stupid, then the movie itself and the allegory thereof does not work and is rendered moot. That's how this works. And you people
that's a huge theme for the Twilight Zone reboot series.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they just spoil it right in the beginning, and the whole entire episode feels kind of pointless.
Yeah, let's keep going.
One lens to view it through.
However, there's merit to indifference as well. You only have so much energy to give. So if you ask me about Farscape, for example, I am entirely indifferent to Farscape.
What the fuck even is that?
Few episodes, or I looked into it, and it wasn't my thing, and
it's some kind of TV show.
I don't
probably sci-fi,
care. And that's fine, because there's so many things. There's so many things.
Yeah, but the thing is, Alex,
it's a sci-fi fiction
about an actress
television series on Netflix
being like stalked and harmed in some way.
What the fuck does this have to do with movie writing and shit?
Because
it has nothing to do with the color wheel, which they still need to explain properly.
Well, basically, it's the like levels of like where you're in a fandom. Like what your attitudes towards something is.
There's always those insane people everywhere.
Yeah, like they're about to.
Like, you're never gonna get rid of that.
Missed it.
You're never gonna get rid of that shit, because people are like, the only way to get rid of that shit is the people robots, literally.
Or just
because
we have independent thought. So some people are gonna be crazy.
Has been shaded by many years of the society and the culture and the media
actively what?
I see, actually, right.
Activating the trap card
has been shaded by many years of the society and the culture and the media actively pushing out creators of other races and genders and ableness and background that you don't even know.
Ableness? What the hell is ableness?
Because you only
ableness. Jeez, Louise. You're saying that literally because a person is in a wheelchair, you get pushed out? What? No.
Yeah, you just fucking push them off a cliff. We need to purge all the undesirables.
Unless it is a white person in a wheelchair, then yeah, he needs to be definitely pushed out, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. This is illustrative of the fact that like you're kind of leaving out the fact that what if the people aren't interested?
Well, too
What if
bad.
certain people
They will
aren't-
be interested in this kind of lovely fetishes that I have that I want to write down and make
Well,
sure
no,
a movie about. Oh yes.
Well, not even that. It's that like, what if like people of certain races and ethnicities and the genders aren't interested in making movies or writing or being or like that type of creativity. Maybe their creativity lies in other aspects like building buildings. And
Well,
honestly,
too
like,
bad. They will be forced.
and honestly, like the movie industry is actually fairly competitive and it's also very exclusionary, but it's exclusionary now in a way that is not the type of exclusionary they're talking about. They're more talking about like, yeah, I imagine that like back in the day there was exclusion in like the types of people like during segregation era and kind of the civil rights era. Like that I can believe that. And probably like in the late 90s, but nowadays it's just like it seems as though anybody can come in. They just need the right connections. But that's kind of just business nowadays anyway. It's very, very corrupt. And that's just how life is.
Isn't there kind of an exclusionary thing you can do in Hollywood because like you need a certain type of person for a certain type of movie and a certain type of role?
I imagine so, yes.
Like we're gonna do this recreation of this book, but this character is this certain race at this certain gender.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna need this certain type of person and this type of physique.
Well, I think that like that's not really well, it kind of depends. I think like if you're saying like we want for the logic of the storyverse to have like this number of people, like this type of person audition because like it's part of like the plot. Like say like in Wakanda they specifically wanted like African black actors.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, but that kind of like, and that's kind of for logical purposes, and for me that makes sense. Like I'm fine with that. I don't care. Like that actually, like if it would actually be weirder if, say, Ygritte showed up in Wakanda and was just like that would be like
you know nothing.
Yeah, well, I think like honestly like I really like have I think Black Panther's really I find it like enjoyable, but I have to really shut off my brain because Black Panther's really stupid. Like a lot of the stuff in Black Panther doesn't make sense. And the plot is reliant on the characters being really stupid, and it's frustrating. But we'll keep going.
Only have one lens to view it through.
However, there's merit to indifference as well. You only have so much energy to give. So if you ask me about Farscape, for example, I am entirely indifferent to Farscape. I don't know if we watched a few episodes or I looked into it and it wasn't my thing. And I'm indifferent. I don't care.
I don't even know what that is.
And that's fine because there's so many things. There's so many things.
Yeah, but the thing is, Alex, if you heard a news story about an actress from Farscape being like stalked and harmed in some way, you would have an opinion about that regardless of your opinion of Farscape, because there's like when the stakes are raised, like your indifference will you might be like, well, I still don't really like care about the media, but the fandom around it, like I'm still not going to be indifferent if something bad happens.
Of course not. We're talking about two completely different things. I'm talking about I don't want to watch Farscape. I have a serious investment in people not mistreating women. That you can call
you're not indifferent to that.
Yeah, we can call that a love.
Holy crap, what are we talking about now?
Yeah, well, kind of that's the issue. This person is useless. And so they're trying to justify their inclusion because like, and they're trying to like bring in some weird stuff because like they don't really have anything to talk. There's barely anything to talk about with indifference, and like indifference, we're talking about indifference in fandom. It's just I am indifferent toward this piece of media. I am not indifferent. Like it being indifferent towards human rights basically doesn't have any like position in this conversation. It's frustrating that they're just like going like this far like outfield because
Did he talk about anything with actual points, or is this whole video just wah wah wah?
Kind of, yeah.
No,
we
no,
still
no,
have
no,
like
no. It doesn't matter. It is indifference towards your opinion.
And we still have an hour and 39 minutes left.
It's so stupid. These people are just continuously just talking on and on and on and on and not even knowing what the hell they're talking about.
You gotta give me a moment. I'm gonna switch to my AirPods. My headphones are not charging.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
So I'm not gonna be able to hear anything you're talking about for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, Johan, it's just like it's kind of just like it's kind of a moment of you have nothing to add to this conversation. And kind of like the thing is, indifference is something you can just breeze over and just say, I am indifferent to X. And just for whatever reason, because this person is like doesn't have an outlet, I guess, is deciding to bring this up. And it's just like, this is an important topic, but it doesn't have any bearing on what we're talking about now. So can you please, why exactly does this have any like pertinence to the discussion we're having? Because like there's a big difference between indifference to media versus indifference to like human rights, which like, and kind of like the statement that like the best it can be does not immediately mean cis white male. Like it maybe it's my taste.
No,
but it seems as though like a lot of my favorite authors are dudes, mostly because I find that like how they write is better than most of the female authors I've read. And I've read a few female authors like I've read Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games. I've also read Gregor the Overlander, same author. I've listened to Beastly, which was a female author. I did not like Beastly. Beastly was like the ending of the last bit of Beastly sucked. I hated it. I hated listening to it, especially it was a terrible experience.
Well, you know, the main idea is like, for instance, if I look at the main characters that I liked in stories or whatever, it depends on how the story progresses. It all depends on what in what kind of conflict they are. Some characters I really like because they're in a very difficult situation and they have to solve this problem. And if they solve the problem, then well,
yeah,
I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is like, I even cried when I saw the don't get me wrong here, but I saw the old Hulk series movie from 2006, I believe, the one where where Hulk's father is also becomes a mutant, the water mutant or something like that, and then in the end he turns into a frog.
Yeah, I remember that.
I literally cried at the end. I literally cried at some parts of that movie because I was invested in the story, and I was invested in the characters, which doesn't happen too often. But it happens sometimes.
Well, but it's kind of just that matter of like kind of the weird thing about like Black Panther is just Ryan Coogler. It's the only movie of Ryan Coogler's that I've seen, but apparently like his other movies are significantly better than Black Panther, even though like people like cream their jeans about Black Panther a lot and think it's great. It's just because of like the themes and stuff, and it's just
Rhino milk, best milk in the whole world.
Yeah. and it's just like, why? And it's kind of frustrating in a way because it's like, apparently like Ryan Coogler is a really nice guy. I just think that like he just didn't do a good job on this one, and like he did pretty good on Creed apparently, and like I think that the problem more is his co-writer probably, because he wrote the script. Because Ryan Coogler wrote the script with a co-writer. I think the problem would be his co-writer, because apparently like Creed is really good, even though Critical Drinker doesn't like it. And it's just, I haven't seen it, but most like the buzz from like other people is just Creed's good, and I know Critical Drinker didn't really like Bly Manor and just found it boring, which no, Bly Manor is really solidly written and makes complete sense, and it just wasn't for him. But we'll have another talk about that another time. But let's keep going with this.
You know, the funny thing about this is that they actually have not mentioned the Wheel of Color right now for like what, 8 minutes, 10 minutes almost. Stupid.
7.
7.
Well, I think part of it is just like they're kind of like they're going along the color wheel. Like the bottom of the color wheel is indifference. They're just kind of moving around it. Like
What?
that's kind of what this means.
I have not even heard a single word with like and observation or like or dislike or hatred or meh. I have
Well,
not heard them yet.
That's because they're getting to them.
Getting.
They're getting to them. Like that's
Eventually.
like they're starting out in indifference, and then they're just gonna keep going.
Why
and then
don't you start at like and dislike? It's far easier to explain and then go to, love or strong dislike.
I think maybe they're just kind of getting the what they think is the quick one over with first, maybe.
That is not quick.
Yeah. Well, it should be. This person just took it into a rabbit hole. Where it's kind of indifference to political issues rather than indifference to media franchises.
Which is actually bad.
Mm-hmm.
Secure love of wanting women to be treated well that has nothing to do with Farscape.
My point though is that indifference only works when the stakes are low.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
And that's in terms of this is a piece of media that particularly appeals to me or doesn't particularly appeal to me, but I'm not going to go lashing out at anybody because of it.
Bingo. Okay. Right, so let's talk about the mehs. Somebody said, hang on, there's a meh on each side. Are they both the same? What's the difference? Consider what the difference between a meh towards like and a meh towards dislike might mean.
I would say that a meh towards like is
meh means meh.
Necessarily
Nothing else.
mind it. It's not something that that
meh
brings for the most part, online gaming like multiplayer stuff, I don't care. It's just not my thing.
Oh, thank God you're not there. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
With an interestingly crafted story, I don't want to have to deal with other people. Meh. On the other side of things is stuff that I just don't want to hear about. I don't have a burning hatred for it. It just does not bring any joy to my life to have to deal with those things and to have to hear about those things. So I prefer not to.
I was just going to say, I could probably sum it up in a sound. There's meh, and then there's meh.
Yeah.
The way somebody said, hang on, meh is indifference. No. It's the difference between the British, I couldn't care less, and the American, grammatically incorrect, I could care less. I could care less means you care a little tiny bit.
Then why did you not put that word there instead of meh and meh?
The amount I care is 1 out of 10. Yeah?
It's very lazy. That's lazy writing. You're not supposed to do that. Especially if you want to explain something to your audience. You fucking dimwits.
What? Sorry, I didn't catch most of that. Sorry.
You're not supposed to make things. You're not supposed to put things on the wheel that you are not going to be properly explaining, or that causes. it's lazy writing, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to, if you want to educate people or want to, explain things to people, do it correctly. Say that it is a very, it is not likable, and it is dislikable. It's not very good, and
Well,
you get my point. Meh is such a terrible wording for what they want to mean for it.
well, basically, like I don't care, but I don't like automatically dislike it. But I think they kind of just wanted to keep things simple and just went from meh or like a meh or meh, like kind of like I'm meh toward Pixar. I don't really enjoy most Pixar movies, mostly because they've been overplayed so much in my house where I'm just like I'm just bored with this. I don't really hold any interest in it. But I think that it's well written. Same thing with most of Jane Austen or Margaret Atwood's work. I don't care. I'm meh in a positive way toward Halo. Like I've played Halo a couple times and I'm just like not like terribly invested in it. That's kind of an example. But we can kind of like, the nice thing is we can just kind of let them play for a while and just kind of like just see.
Well, then we're gonna hear a lot of puppet shows then, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Amount of care in there.
There's one or two things that you really like, but everything else you find boring.
Yeah.
Or, that this one scene is freaking amazing, and everything else just lose interest.
That is sort of how I feel about South Park nowadays, especially because last year I tried to watch some of the earlier episodes that were being released of their newest season. And at the end of it, I think I even told you about this, by the end of maybe 3 episodes, I was completely stone-faced, silent, barely had cracked a smile. And now
Triggered.
someone brings up
Triggered.
What? You have been triggered by South Park? Oh no!
Oh my god!
How bad for you?
Oh, they hate South Park. They also hate Rick and Morty because it displays they think it teaches nihilism to people, and yet The Last Jedi is amazingly positive and doesn't teach nihilism.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he's like, "Oh, South Park is so offensive." Like, you have never watched South Park before.
Yep. And I must say, they do an excellent job at it, and I still love them for it.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with Rick and Morty. It might. The same with Rick and Morty. I like the show. I know that it is, it is. In the morning, most people, hate it because it is so overdone with all the fucking memes it brought. But I like the show. I like how the characters interact with each other because that makes me laugh. It's really, it's not. It has some really good humor in it, but.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be forcing people to watch it. Honestly, I'd rather watch it alone and then just laugh my ass off while babysitting my nephew.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's keep going, shall we?
South Park, I kind of go meh. Like I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. I want to just.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. That means that you hate it, isn't it? No, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
She seems very triggered over South Park.
Mm-hmm. It's like, maybe you are.
Like kind of the part of South Park is it's like a piss take on everything.
Yeah, it piss takes on your dog. It piss takes on your neighbor. It piss takes on your car. Doesn't matter who you are.
Piss takes on your cow.
Yeah.
Bad, and I did not even come close to laughing even once. They just were not funny to me anymore.
But that doesn't care about it.
Well, too bad for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To not want to talk about it. If you're like, no, you can talk about it if you want, that's indifference. If you're like, no, I don't want to talk about it, that's a level 1 meh in that direction. I think the way I put it to Sharon was, it's possible that if you are just finding out about something and you're like, oh, okay, so I haven't really heard much about it.
I'm starving. I'm gonna go heat
I'm
up some hot dogs. I'll be back.
I'll dip a toe in. That's the sort of the light green meh on the left. If, however, you used to like something and your like for that thing has been diminished and diminished and diminished to the point where you just don't want to know anymore, that is the orangey meh on the right.
Bingo.
I think that makes
The
sense.
orangey meh. The orangey. Yes.
They're both meh, but one of them's like, and the other one's like,
You're
It's the
doing
sound.
a very bad job
really,
of explaining, but like I can get somewhat where you're coming from.
True, but still, I would have said like, yeah, you have a dislike towards something that you had before, had a like towards, and then the other one is the other way. The way that would, if you had put that in the wording instead of man, I would have explained so much more and way quicker to the audience, and then you could have moved on. Maybe I believe 11 minutes.
I think the problem is kind of the idea that this is a live show. They don't have a script. They're kind of just going off of like a few talking points.
Wait, they all do this like we do now. Oh no.
Yeah, this is completely live. This isn't scripted at all.
I'm terrible with scripts. I can't read.
When we go left and right, it's kind of easy to just sort of like do an amplified version of what we just said in like with reservations and dislike, but can still see some merit.
Yeah,
so if you guys want to,
why a wheel makes a lot more sense than a binary.
Yeah, and certainly not a line where you've got don't care at the bottom on the far left and love at the top, because where the hell does hate go? So yeah, no, works much better with a wheel. Would you girls and guy like to talk about like with reservations and dislike, but can still see some merit?
As far as the like with reservations and the dislike but can see some merit, I think that's the best place to be, to have like a discussion with another person, is to be on either side of that. My personal favorite example is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
So for me, Breath of the Wild is very hard dislike but can still see some merits, while most people that I know and have
What?
range somewhere
How
between
did you dislike that game? Really?
This person has weird taste. I
Zelda the Zelda Breath of the Wild looks absolutely gorgeous on that on the console it has been put onto. Also, the art style was actually quite good.
I think they're about to get into why they didn't like it. Let's keep going.
Maybe obsession and like with reservations. And I think that those end up being really good conversations where with a person who is like with reservations, because then you can see the where when I say, oh, Breath of the Wild, it really didn't work for me because the primary verb you do is climbing, but there's a weather system that completely obviates that just wastes your time. And then another person be like, okay, yeah, but this system was really good to complement it. And those end up being the most enriching conversations that I've had, I think, on a given media topic, when I'm at likes with reservations and I'm talking to somebody that is dislikes but can see merit, or the other way around.
Yeah, when we did Sucker Punch, I was firmly in the dislike but can still see some merit. I'm like, I get what you're trying to do, Zach. I get it. And you did really, really well at illuminating a lot of those things as well, Lauren. Thank you. But that was one of our best shows. Because you were, what would you be on Sucker Punch? It's not just like, is it?
No. I'm definitely a like with reservations.
There you go, then. That'll be why it was such a great show.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's something there where the best discussions are had between that green and that orange.
Yeah, no, I think I agree there.
All right, then. Well, maybe look at movies and some teams that kind of fit that bill in future. Okay, so the next one should just be easy, like and dislike. It's where you like something or you don't. It's you take it or leave it.
It's interesting. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
No, I mean like is what do I like? What's good? See, I'm so fucking passionate about everything that I don't tend to just like things. If I like them, I either have reservations or I love them. So
like and dislike sound very uncomplicated.
Yeah.
So if you like something, I suppose it's then sort of how fixed are you in that category?
Well, the nice thing is they're not saying anything dumb, so we're kind of getting through this at a good clip. Hello?
That's a good thing I like about it.
Yep.
Category is having that discussion, which, as you just said, can be at its most interesting when it's between somebody who's in like with reservations and somebody who's dislike.
Oh, I got
still see merit. Like and dislike, if you're if you're not budging from those categories, it doesn't necessarily make for a particularly engaging discussion because they're like, well, I like this, well, I don't like this. Okay, then.
I was going to say Marmite, because Marmite is a thing that in England is famously, you either love it or you hate it. So like you love having this strong, tangy, salty, kind of beefy spread on your toast, or you hate it.
It's beer leftovers.
Yeah, it's sort of like old yeast. Or you hate it. You're like, just makes me sick. I like with reservations Marmite. Like I like it on toast. It can sometimes be a bit too strong, and if you eat a big spoonful of it, you throw up, and then you remember throwing up for the rest of your life because it was like being overwhelmed with this dirty taste.
And I like it, but I can't eat it.
So I defy that whole love or hate thing about Marmite.
I would say
Marmite.
it as being like kind of, if you have soft feelings, I guess, soft in terms of not super strong after one viewing.
Yeah.
Would I see it in theaters again? Like, that's definitely, for me, a like versus love.
So I'm always very specific about my feelings. So I go to my reservations, or I go to my, and here's why it's actually really worthy of merit. Also, if you're very empathic, it's really difficult for me to just dislike something without seeing some merit. Like I could say I dislike fish, but I can see that everyone else loves it. Sharon in particular loves fish. So it's really like I always look for a little kernel of good in something that I dislike. So like, I did Movie a Day for half a year, and a whole bunch of these films are just toss, but I would always look for one thing about it that was good. So we've established from this that dislike and like are kind of a holding pattern. Like I'm just going to be here until I've thought about it more, and then I can give it a more granular think. Now imagine going to YouTube and being told, say this is good or say it's bad. Can I have like with reservations? No, you've got to choose one or the other. And you can either like or dislike when you're not even really thinking about it. You're just like, no, down thumbs, don't like. It's like Ralph Wiggum.
You kids don't know what you want. That's why you're still kids, because you're stupid. Just tell me what's wrong with the freaking show.
What the hell?
Crying babies.
Something that is a peculiar problem of social media, and it is getting worse. And it's that thing of, here is the thing, make a decision about the thing, make a decision about the thing now. No, you can't have extra time to think about the thing.
Make a decision and express your decision. We need the likes.
Absolutely. And more to the point, we need your decision in a binary 0-1 response. You can't give us any detail. You can't give us any nuance. Just
okay, pause. What the fuck's going on?
Those likes turn in.
What's going on?
Well, likes and dislikes, of course.
Likes and they're getting ratio. It's pretty hard, probably.
Oh, you have no idea. Their TLJ video was heavily ratioed.
Maybe this is why they're complaining about the fucking dislikes.
Yeah, I think
it's not us. It's the problem. It's YouTube.
Or also, they're saying that
or
YouTube,
the fandom,
causes contention in people. I suppose, which contention's not really good, and I'm glad that our little community doesn't really have any problems. Then we get along pretty well.
Well, that's because we have a really small community. Once you get bigger, then shit really starts.
Then the douchebags start floating in.
Because that's when they actually start noticing you.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys have people noticing you? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, my latest video has almost 400 views.
Nice.
Dang.
I'm so far at only 20, 25, and then sometimes it's 200, but yeah.
Oh, well, because I have standalone videos. Live streams don't get that many views.
No, they don't. It's probably people have short attention spans. And I just need to kind of I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting out small bits of our commentaries or something. The really funny bits. I know I put out the Arena of Vaginas bit, and that was really funny.
Oh yes, Star Wars is one place full of women, vaginas, boobos, and nanas.
Oh my god.
Money. Thank you, Disney, for simplifying that to the point of madness.
What the fuck is the music for?
And we're gonna get some new groovy music. Whoa, yeah, baby.
I'll wait till I'll let it play through until the thing stops, and then I'll
See, White, this is why I hate. Well, not. This is why I dislike this podcast so much because of all the beautiful music in it.
I hate it. I fucking put it into the gas chambers and light it on fire.
I would have thought that love and hate.
I will talk about that with Hanstan.
Strong like love and secure love, they're much more fluid.
I still don't get it why there is obsession and hatred. It's like, why don't you not say hatred and then hate it? Hate.
I feel like this whole thing is response because they got fucking ratioed.
Yeah, they got eventually they turned off their so you remember those 2 videos that we watched back to back of School of Movies? They turned off the comments and the like to dislike ratio on it.
Well, that says everything. That literally says everything.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
I think eventually they said I got tired of being called the C word over and over again.
C word?
And it's just like...
Because you're a bunch of fucking frail bitches. That's all you are.
You mean frail faggots?
Oh, that.
Well, as far as I know, they aren't bundles of 6, but they are both bi, and they have a non-binary child. So,
binary, Mary, Carrie, Barry.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Something, and you like it a lot, and you think about it a lot, but dislike and hatred also sort of go into each other. I think people use the term "I hate that" far too much when what they really mean is that they strongly dislike it.
Okay. No, I hate it.
Usually.
No, tell me what I think. I know what I think.
Okay, let's unpack this a little bit. So, I hate the Transformers movies, and I think that I am not alone in that.
Please don't put my words in my mouth, you faggots.
Yeah. What, you didn't like the Transformers? How racist of you.
Oh no, the woke people hate Transformers because it's racist and sexist, and I'm just like, I agree with every single one of your arguments of why Transformers is racist and sexist, because Michael Bay is clearly a sociopath who hates everybody.
Well, at least you can be famous. At least you can be famous by hating on everybody instead.
Well, and it's kind of just I understand perfectly well my opinions on certain movies. I don't hate Black Panther. I dislike Black Panther quite a bit, but it's mostly just because it's not well written and there's a lot of problems with its writing. I dislike, say, The Wolfman. I think it's kind of boring because it's just kind of a lame movie. I hate TLJ and Game of Thrones season 8.
7, 5.
All right.
The last bit of 4.
Let's see. What do I like and what do I dislike? Well, let's see. I like the Avatar, The Last Airbender. It is a lovely series. It is it has some good good storyline. It has great voice lines, and it's great to look at. I dislike the Legends of Korra. Why? Because there is a lot of things that are pull me off and get me out of the Avatar vibe every single time I look at it, and every single time I watch the show again. It's like, it is okay-ish sometimes, but it is, if you would have not watched the Avatar and not cared about the original Avatar series, then it is doable, but because you need to compare it to the Avatar, The Last Airbender, you can see instantly what they done with the lore and how they treated all the other characters. It really went south in most cases. I don't hate it. Let's put it that way. There are some things I hate and some things I don't like. For instance, the last season of She-Ra, I hate it. Why? Because they totally ruined every single fucking development they made with season 3. And season 3 I liked. Season 2 I disliked, and season 1 I did. Last season last season I hated. The season before that I liked, and the rest is all meh or even dislike because it is not great at all. Because some jokes don't fall, or the art style is really obnoxious. And the season before the finale, actually, they changed a lot of things. They finally went for some more darker color schemes, and which made it less irritating to watch, and there was a lot of character progression and a lot of character development, and then they threw it all out of the window this season after that, and that is like, ooh, that is not a thing I like. That's not a thing I dislike. That's a thing I hate, when things go totally
Johan,
away.
Might want to turn down your mic gain just a little bit. You're peaking a bit.
Oh, sorry. I had my headphone off because of my mom needed to say that I had that she's going. So
yeah, I go back about the art style thing. I think that's a major issue with like a lot of TV shows these days. Everything is super simplistic and really ugly looking, especially like the American stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you could make it. You could make a simplistic art style for a manga or an anime. Yes, you could do that, but you need to keep in mind then that you're not supposed to go for a realistic point of view. You could go for like Chin-chan, for instance. You could go for that kind of art style, very simplistic, but still, lovely to see and lovely to look at.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. I need to continue that series.
Or watch which series was it again? It was with the Puka. I believe it was Puka, right? Puka. Was it Puka? Probably it was Puka. The one with the girl that always liked the ninja and then goes after the ninja and get the ninja into trouble. It was a quite funny short series that was on was even on, I believe, not on Disney, Jetix. Yeah, Jetix, if I'm correct.
I do quite like Jetix. It's kind of I did like Jetix when it was on, but it seems like it's not defunct.
Like, for instance, you can have like an art style like of Jackie Chan's Adventures. That's a lovely art style to go for, even though it is sometimes a little.
What happened to Jackie Chan, anyways?
They finished this whole series. The whole series is finished.
No, not the series, but the person.
The man himself. He's mostly been in like direct-to-DVD movies, from what I can see.
Like, he used to be such a really big star back in the day.
Yeah,
well, he made his own animation show, which is Jackie Chan's Adventures.
Well, that was.
Have you guys seen The One?
A long time. Well, sorry, what?
Have you ever seen The One, that movie, with Jackie Chan fighting himself?
Can't say that I have, actually.
No, I have not.
We should probably put that in for the list.
Yeah. Should we keep going? Maybe we can get to at least like the hour mark and then call it good for the day.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Since like thankfully right now they're not talking about anything too stupid. Like, this will kind of be like the first little bit is kind of just the crazy part, and then this will kind of be like, they're just talking about like stuff that isn't like too stupid. They'll get into the really stupid bit in an hour. Yeah.
I want to destroy that thing. If you look at race hate, it comes from people who just
what?
I forgot about this bit.
Destroy that thing. I hate it. No, if you want to destroy it, you can say like, "I want to show my powers towards you. Look at that rock."
Rewind.
Boom, squish
Rewind.
like a bug.
Let me see. We're 40.
I was eating my hot dog, so I couldn't comment.
Okay, so.
I
don't hate those rocks. I just like to throw them and break them.
I hate rocks.
Yeah.
And they do hatred go up against each other, but strong like love and secure love, they're much more fluid. They sort of blend into each other. You can like love something and like you like it a lot and like you think about it a lot. But dislike and hatred also sort of go into each other. Like, I think people use the term "I hate that" far too much when what they really mean is that they strongly dislike it. Hatred usually comes down to, I want to destroy that thing. If you look at race hate, it comes from people who.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well,
I think he's maybe using an example. He's using an extreme example, but he's using the example. So we'll let him have this. We'll let him have this. It's part of the course, but it's kind of dumb. It is kind of dumb, yeah.
Exclude or just persecute people of a particular caste. It's not just like, I don't like you. It's that like they think about this type of person and they dwell on it.
And hate is something that is...
Yeah. Smells like... That sounds like...
Sounds like
you
School of
guys.
Movies.
Yeah, it sounds like you really hate Star Wars fans and you're really mad at kind of the fact that like a lot of people hated WandaVision and thought it was stupid.
You know what? Hear me out. I think School of Movies is quite toxic.
Yeah.
What? School of Movies is toxic? How? What?
Yeah. Well, and also like these people are like part of the cancel culture. Like they were like the people like yelling about like how Joker is terrible. And it's just no, Joker's the best movie of the year, you freaking idiots.
Well, you know,
they
could say that it's a terrible movie. I could say it is a meh movie because I'm not interested in that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I would like to watch it, yes, even more. But I'm just not interested in such kind of movie. It's like the whole DC universe is like a thing that's never interested me.
Well, kind of the thing is, this isn't really connected to DC EU.
That makes it even more interesting to go to watch then, if it is true.
Well, and kind of it's the weird thing. It's not connected to the DC EU at all. It's just kind of its own original thing.
And that is actually quite good then.
And there's, as far as I know, there was no involvement from Zack Snyder because honestly, like Zack Snyder is kind of becoming the kiss of death, pretty much. Like I can never tell who's worse, Zack Snyder or Rian Johnson, because they're both idiots.
I mean, Zack Snyder definitely has a really high kill count when it comes to like Rian Johnson like assassinated Luke Skywalker, but fucking Zack Snyder assassinated like many other characters, I think.
Yeah.
He absolutely destroyed something that was older than Luke Skywalker, like Superman. That's a very old comic book character.
Yeah. Well, I think that part of it is just Zack Snyder did a really terrible adaptation, and that's not
just Superman, Batman.
Yeah, he did a bad job with Batman. But like then again, Joel Schumacher did a really bad version of Batman. And really, like Batman and Robin is just hilarious. It's a meme, yeah. It's so funny, but it is so awful. It's really bad. But when you watch it with kind of like, this is a stupid comedy, it gets so much more funny. Let's keep going.
If you look at it in terms of emotional motivation, it comes from anger. Anger is a motivating force. It causes you to want to...
Anger leads to the dark side.
Yeah. Then you are.
It is true that it is a motivated force. That's true.
Yeah, like, but a lot of my anger at specific like things about TLJ made me want to write specific things in it. Same with my like distaste for Black Panther made me want to do something like, because I like the idea of Killmonger, but the problem is Killmonger is just a psychopath. He has no redeeming qualities to him.
Yeah.
Like, and people saying that like
didn't he murder his girlfriend for like no reason?
Yes, just because she was being held at gunpoint by Ulysses Claw, and saying like, yeah, it's annoying. Like, he's just a psychotic maniac. There's no nuance to him at all. He's not multi-layered.
Yeah, just like Daenerys. She's just a psychomaniac with no redeeming qualities.
Not if you sit still and hate, that's going to poison you. Hate kind of demands to be...
Oh, I'm poisoned.
If that makes sense.
Whereas strong like is just, I like this thing, and you keep thinking about reasons why you like that thing.
I always think of love and hate, or strong like and hate in this case. They're both still attractive forces. And that's why indifference is the opposite of love. Because when you
Attractive
like
forces?
like,
How is
that's
hatred
an
attractive?
attractive force to you? Like, you want to seek it
I
out.
know that anger is, but hate?
Well, hatred is
Well, kind of hatred is kind of the notion of you are pulled toward it because you hate it. Like, I guess, like, an example might be you hate The Last Jedi because you love Star Wars and you feel like it's ruined Star Wars.
In that way. I was thinking more like, if a person would hate, how is that attractive? It's like...
Well, it's kind of like your anger makes you, like, want to hurt the thing that you are...
like Mike Mahler and TLJ, and how many times EFAP is ripped into that movie.
Yeah, because
and how many people got views for doing that series.
Yeah, and it's kind of just the community of, like, you want to vent about it. Like, these people vented for at least an hour about Transformers 2.
Or like how everybody literally fucking vented on Game of Thrones, even fucking media outlets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry for having to drop out like halfway through the stream.
Oh, no worries. It's fine. We're 18 minutes away from finishing getting to the hour mark, so let's keep going.
Also that, where you want to seek it out because it makes you, like, angry, and you can't believe that people bother with this kind of thing. It's like why I still have a Twitter account some days, I feel like.
Oh, I was thinking the exact same thing. There are days when I'm just spoiling for a Twitter fight.
Yeah, well,
when I'm looking for somebody who disagrees with me on something fundamental, so that I can do something about it because I am already frustrated about that thing.
Someone is wrong on the internet.
As Dylan Moran said.
Oh, how I hate you!
Ow!
I hate you so much it gives me energy. I have to get up early in the morning to hate you because there isn't time enough in the day.
You're absolutely right, Lauren. Anger and joy. Again, if we're simplifying down to basic emotions, anger and joy are motion towards. They are emotions that will lead you towards something. Yes, in the case of anger, it's to hit it, or in some way potentially attack it, and it originates in the hunger urge, the fact that you need to go out and fight things in order to eat. That's what it's kind of, if you break it down to animal response, that's where it comes from. And if the ones that go in the other direction are fear, which makes you want to run away from something really fast, and disgust, which motivates you to at least turn away from it, even if you don't like physically move yourself away from it.
Sorry. So
technically,
this potent cocktail of fear and anger. It's something that drives you both towards and away from the thing.
It can be, yeah. If you've got an urge.
Pause.
Yeah.
Technically, fear has two responses, not one. One is that you actually stand your ground, and the other one is fleeing, yes. But standing your ground is also very important to know.
Yeah. There's kind of that difference between... I think that, like, Star Wars would not have heftily course-corrected after TLJ without the online backlash. It's just the problem is TLJ had already salted the ground so bad that they could never come back. But then they also decided to make it even worse and go even stupider. To the point where it was kind of like... one of those, like, uniter movies where, like, both sides of the aisle were united in their hatred of it. It's kind of funny. It kind of like, it's kind of those, there's kind of divisive movies that are just like, and some of them are like good. Most of the divisive movies are bad, like Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh God, please no.
Game of Thrones season 8 is fairly unitable. Like, most people, like, got behind how much they hated that.
Except for, like, one or two. Which we ripped into.
Yes, which most of them are just kind of either normies or they're shills.
We're really dumb.
That too. And then there's kind of like those I think like Transformers movies are pretty much unite people in the fact that they hate them, especially the sequels. Like, there's nothing redeemable in 2. It's kind of insane how bad that movie is. Like, I put up like images of the horrible humor that's like not even peppered, slathered throughout that awful movie, on top of like the terrible, terrible plot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like everybody is united in kind of hating it, even though like it made lots and lots of money because people are stupid. Let's keep going.
To rid yourself of this thing, but that's manifesting itself as destroy it rather than simply turn around and flee in the other direction. Which I think this is where it comes out in fandoms a lot, and the fact that, you know, we've talked about this sort of stereotypical angry white boy fan, and we have talked many times about how the only
stereotypical angry white boy fan. There's a lot of angry
rewind that again. I need to hear
girls.
that. I had to play music in the background to get my brain back in the functioning order.
Okay, we're at 44:20.
Wait, stereotypical white boy.
Replay it. I didn't hear it, so I want to hear my. Just play it.
or a nail adage.
Everything looks like a nail.
And
let's see, kind of the
joy.
Zoom in with your web browser. You can probably get it a lot better.
This is where it comes out in fandoms a lot, and the fact that, you know, we've talked about this sort of stereotypical angry white boy fan, and we have talked about how the only emotional expression that is permitted in certain people's upbringing is anger, and all the other emotions
sounds like a personal thing.
Really.
Yeah. Kind of the major issue here is just the fact that, like, really, sometimes it's just we are angry that I think that, like, incompetence, there's kind of a difference between incompetence that's funny and incompetence that is aggravating. Because, like, I look at The Room or Batman and Robin, and I just or A Kid in Aladdin's Palace, and those movies are all equally incompetent. And I just look at it and I just laugh at them because it's hilarious. With Last Jedi, it's just really you are so lazy that you put in this. Same with Knives Out, where it's just you can't think of anything more creative, and you got this job, really. Whose brother or cousin did you have to get in order to get this job? / how did you just get in there because you're good at giving head or something, or because you're
No. He's just one of those people that are, you know, going in on those parties, of those orgy parties at Hollywood, you know. That's all.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
You get much of a look in. So if all you have as a thing you can do is
to be
anger,
angry about it.
Yeah, it's the old hammer and nail adage.
Everything looks like a nail.
Hammering nail adage?
What the fuck? You know what love is? Doom Eternal. That's love.
I don't know why
Right
they're
there.
playing that, but I'll.
Love. Before we get down,
It's instantly an air rape. Let's put it that
this
way.
is like the way you love.
What is audio mixing?
That you actually kind of, you're okay with you not being the thing that it's for. So, for example,
that's not how love works.
Okay, so here's kind of the problem. They think that you don't love something because it's not made for you. Well, it's just like, usually you don't hate something because it's not made for you, even if it's within a franchise you like. Like, I don't like Black Panther, not because it's not made for me, but because it's written in an incompetent fashion. I don't care. Like, the fact that it's not made for me doesn't come into my evaluation or my thought process. Same with something like, well, same with something like, I haven't ever seen She-Ra. I don't really care, but I imagine like if I watched it, I would be like, ugh, this is incompetent based on like
Trust me,
what I've
trust
heard.
me. If you're ever gonna watch it, allow me to join you with it, and I will spoil you the whole plot.
But yeah, it's kind of like it's not a matter of like you love it, like despite like it's like not made for you. It's just no, that's a horrible straw man. What are you? It's
a
so
horrible
frustrating.
story. It has horrible characters in it, and it is cringeworthy as fuck. The only way to enjoy it is literally grabbing popcorn and literally laugh at yourself like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Same with Knives Out. Like Knives Out, like when you like, I've had to describe the mechanics of the plot to Smudboy on at least a couple of occasions because he's never seen it, and we've been asked to watch videos about Knives Out. And we watched them and we were just like, I described the plot and he's like, that's stupid. Why would they do that? And I'm just like, because it's Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson is an idiot. Like, a lot of people say that like his discussion of they're being deported, they're in cages, but they came here illegally counts as nuanced political discourse. And it's just like, I think Metal Commander said something along the lines of what was it?
I've had 5. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and fuck off with that question.
Yeah.
But for instance, the things that I love, if anybody has ever seen it, The Swan Princess. Has anybody seen that one? A movie?
Yes, I have actually.
That is a lovely movie. It has great character development. It has even drama in it, which is really nice. It really, it really hurts. Like you get invested into the characters, and then certain types of events coming, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
So,
when
Done.
What?
Check your Discord.
Let me see.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want
queen.
it. My queen. I don't want it. My queen. Ah, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Never never better than that.
Well, I love the Walt Disney Company. A lot of what they do pisses me off. The people they fight,
Yes,
that upsets
same,
me. That's
definitely.
more of a like with reservations element to it there. But I want to see Disney do well because
no, I want Disney.
I just want them to be burnt to the ground until there is nothing left of them. But okay, continue.
Of all the good that they do and have done, again, they
haven't done that much good.
The only thing they did was making things worse.
Even by your own standards, like they're fake woke. They don't care about you. They hate you. Like
fuck you and give us money.
Yeah, kind of.
Just as Joe always says. Fuck you, give me money.
Yeah, they just like they view you as a mark to steal money from.
That's true. They just want to exploit you and then sell you the goods later. Like, you were a good boy, weren't you? Here, have some more stuff inside your face and give me all your money. No. All right, which franchise is next? Like they did with the Lion King, for instance. They ruined the Lion King. I didn't know how you can ruin such a beautiful musical movie, but apparently you can ruin it like just that. And not even hiring the same actors. That is like, why?
Oh, the worst part is they had one of the original actors, and just James Earl Jones, the poor guy, just sounds really tired.
Yeah.
Done.
But they, like Timon and Pumbaa, they actually did not use the original cast. It was like, what? Why?
They ruined it. That's bad. No, fuck that.
Because they were. That was such a good. That was such a good comedy combo. That was actually really good because they were, they had experience with it, and then they went for somebody else, and they could not even sing properly. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, just look up the new Lion King Hakuna Matata and then the original one, and you will exactly know what I mean.
I have seen the original movies.
All right, then just watch the Hakuna Matata of the new one, and you will know what the fuck is going on.
No,
No, I will not have my childhood ruined.
To hell.
Yeah. Like, and the worst part is they have a good cast. Like, Chiwetel Ejiofor is a really good star, but they give him nothing to work with by all accounts. And also, like, he can sing. Like, he can sing, and he just sing talks. Be prepared, and it's just really, and like you have this guy who can sing, who sounds really good, and he just sing talks. Sod off.
Really, sing talking? Really? Oh
yeah.
My.
Yeah, it's just like it was like maybe he can't sing. No, he can sing, and he sings at the very end, but then like nothing happens. It's so frustrating.
And then you have also the facial animations on the animals look like trash.
That's being complimentary to trash.
All right, garbage.
I was thinking elephant feces.
Ah, yes. The great old cow shit. Ah, there you go.
Reservations, but I'm secure enough to be able to hear Disney get criticized and not go, "How dare you criticize Disney?"
Well, technically, you already did that, so...
Yep. Yeah, Disney rip.
You hate people criticizing TLJ.
What? But that is not Disney. How dare you think that is Disney? Leave my Star Wars alone. Leave him alone.
Let's keep going.
Just go, yeah, okay, that's kind of not really what they were doing with that. Or just go, yep, Disney, that sucks. And this is kind of the secret of a successful marriage, where like if you're with someone, you can acknowledge their flaws and just go, kind of sucks when you do that, but I love you anyway. That's secure love.
So you're literally just sucking somebody's dick, and that makes it a healthy relationship. What is wrong with you?
Well, it's kind of just like you are kind of like, for lack of a better word, you're tied to that person for the rest of your life. So you can kind of say, I see this as a flaw that you have, but I still love you despite the fact that you have said flaw.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to do and say like, yeah, he just got murdered a couple of dudes. Don't worry about it. We'll be over soon. Yeah, that's just another murder. It's like that's not a healthy relationship. Being ignorant towards a problem.
Well, it's not that they're ignorant towards the problem. It's just maybe like they say like it sucks. Actually, you have this when you do that, but I still love you. Well, it's kind of, or it kind of could be like good communication. But then again, yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Fair to say that one of the reasons why this secure love concept is difficult for fandoms as a whole to promote is that it is by nature quite complex, especially when you're talking about companies and corporations.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you can be really positive about what a particular publisher puts out there, but they could have a CEO that makes some really appalling decisions.
Like Perlmutter.
Yeah, I was about to say, as a Marvel fan, I feel that so hard.
Yeah.
Like Perlmutter is one of the biggest assholes on the planet, but Marvel will always be my comic home. It's just the way it is. Not that
Hello?
Hello.
Anybody there?
Hello, White.
Yep, we're here. You doing okay? Hello?
He's just having a mental breakdown of all this stuff.
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
No, this is Patrick.
This is Patrick.
Patrick speaking. No, this is Patrick.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get why. Maybe it's something tismy with your headphone set. Oh dear, and he's gone.
And this is how we lost our glorious dragon once again.
Let's get to the hour mark and see. Let's just get to the hour mark and then we'll call it good for the day.
Yeah, that's a nice progress.
Well, we've kind of like we've already made like a lot of good progress. We've done this we've covered like 23 minutes of this 2.5 hour podcast. Yeah.
So stupid. It's so stupid. It's like I don't know what to talk about this, but it feels so wrong having this. It's literally just silence.
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, my fucking headphones like, nah.
They just committed unlife or something.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
After hearing all this bullshit.
To be fair, they were Apple AirPods. They were Apple products, so you know.
Yeah.
There was a worm inside then, I guess.
Yeah. Oh. God damn it.
Why is there no sound?
I don't hear anything.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, crap. I forgot to share.
This is how you break it, I guess.
The stream is broken. A lot of things.
Let me go back to 56.
Really have that sort of obsessive
full marriage where, like, if you're with someone, you can acknowledge their flaws and just go, kind of sucks when you do that, but I love you anyway.
An obsessive marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would it be fair to say that one of the reasons why this secure love concept is difficult for fandoms as a whole to promote is that it is by nature quite complex, especially when you're talking about companies and corporations?
Yeah.
Because ultimately you can be really positive about what a particular publisher puts out there, but they could have a CEO that makes some really appalling decisions.
Like Perlmutter.
Yeah, I was about to say, as a Marvel fan, I feel that so hard.
Yeah.
Like, Perlmutter is one of the biggest assholes on the planet, but Marvel will always be my comic home. It's just the way it is. Not that I don't like other things, but
to stan, and I have issues with that term in and of itself because of what it relates to, but to really have that sort of obsessive, I adore this, that fandom is kind of, it's the bread and butter of how that is presented, is you have to simplify to be able to do that. And we'll get into that a bit more when we start talking about obsession. But in terms of the love of something where you want it to be better, something that occurred to me the other day, and I can't say what in context of because it's a spoiler, but to say of somebody or something, I want you to be the best version of yourself. If your next action is not to allow that person the space to work out for themselves what the best version of themselves is, then you're talking out your ass because you want them to be the best version of them that you want.
Yes, like most of the LGBT community. All right. Thank you for explaining all of it. You're making now a lot more sense. Wait, what?
Well, that's kind of like a problem. Like, it's kind of hard to have secure love when the products that are being put out that relate to some of our favorite franchises are crap.
Well, you can have secure love, but not in the products that are pointed towards you. You need to look into different products instead.
Yeah.
Like secure love for peanut butter. Yeah.
Yeah.
One type of peanut butter. That one special
Nutella.
type that is so good.
Or Nutella. Nutella is
Yeah.
way better than peanut butter. Nutella is delicious.
Well, I must say, Nutella comes close to peanut butter, my type of peanut butter, because I have a special, a special version of peanut butter, which has like additional peanuts parts in it still, and that is so tasteful with chocolate hill and then first put butter on it, then peanut butter, and then chocolate hill, and then squish the bread into one, and then great. But Nutella, that's also great. That's glorious. That is so tasty. Hazelnut. So glorious.
Yeah. Let's but it's kind of just like
that's an obsession.
Secure love. It just means like I would like be a fan and kind of just go to anything. It's just no, I'm not going to put my money toward them until the trends of bad writing stop. Like I gave them a couple of chances with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Admittedly, with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was I kind of want to see the train wreck, and I was kind of bored mostly by Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then EFAP pointed out all of the problems with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I was just like, yeah, this show sucks. And I've just kind of heard the terrible things about Loki and how just Loki breaks the universe. And I'm just like, I'm not interested. I'm done. Like this is terrible. They have thoroughly ruined the MCU. I am impressed that they managed to do that, and yet people are still eating this crap up.
And this is why I don't have faith in the most of the new published games anymore. The big franchises always publish these news games, and some of them feel empty. They feel there is no feeling of accomplishment if you play them. If you have played the old Call of Duties, for instance, and then you play the new Call of Duties, it is a way different feeling towards the game itself. Some parts have been improved, but other parts have been just straight up taken away, which left me like, oh my god, this is bad. And let's see. A good example is Red Faction Guerrilla. I really love that game. It is like one of my favorite kind of games I like to play. It's a sandbox game with a third-person shooter. But when you then look at the game, the next one, Red Faction Armadillo, it is still a sandbox, but it is only partially a sandbox, and the destructive mechanics are also partially. So it has been degraded from its open world, fully destructive environment to limited open world with limited amount of destructive environment, which is like not great. The same goes for instance, Supreme Commander. Supreme Commander is a great strategy game. It has a lot of it has a great economical mechanic. Like you build your buildings up with real-time resource gain. And then they limited it in the second version. And then they removed it in the third version. Which is really bad, because that's why the strategy game was actually so strategy-like. Because it felt different than the other games, because it was like in real time, you give away your energy and your resources while building stuff.
A little bit off topic. We should probably return to our the topic at hand.
I went a little bit too obsessive, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine, my friend. We need to keep going.
That's not wanting the best for that person.
There's an element of possession in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Secure love is
Indeed.
if I became, God forbid, very, very ill, and it looked like I was going to die, I would make sure that Sharon knew when I'm gone, do whatever it takes to be happy. Find someone else. Don't slave away trying desperately to get my books out if it's driving you nuts. Just leave it. Fuck it, I'm dead. Doesn't matter.
They have books.
Do
I forgot
what
about
it
that.
takes for you to be happy. The secure love stems from a place where it's that thing about planting a tree you won't live to enjoy the shade of. It's the secure love that allows us to make the world better for our kids and our grandkids and just go, you know what? This is something I can do that's good with my time.
Yeah.
It is not. Star Wars didn't make this thing for me personally. I am so angry.
Absolutely.
Well.
Okay. I have the perfect clip for this. Yeah, no, it's not a matter of they didn't make it for me. It's a matter of this product is defective. The story doesn't make any sense. The themes are terribly executed.
But it has themes, so shut up.
It has themes, but they're stupid themes and they're terribly executed.
How dare you? I'm racist.
What?
Bigot.
How dare you make them? How do you say that? Oh yeah, good memes, good teams. I want my themes. You know, they are important. They hold me dearly. And if you hurt them, oh, I swear to God, I will beat the living. You know, that's how great of a trigger person I am. Absolutely. No, actually not. I'm just a bland rock. I don't blow up that easy.
My response to that is this. Yeah.
I figure.
Yeah.
Like Solo. I do not like the Star Wars film Solo. I still don't like
I don't like Solo. I don't like Solo.
But I'm not bitching about Solo every day on fucking Twitter. I'm down to sort of.
Well, kind of the thing about Solo, it isn't like, it's just dumb and poorly lit, and it's kind of just inoffensive in how crap it is. It's also just like, it wasn't successful, so we don't have to worry about more movies like Solo. Unlike we will have to worry in future about more stuff like The Mandalorian, because Mandalorian was successful. And it's just, Mandalorian is terrible. It's really badly written. It's lazy and contrived. It's basically a stupid video game plot.
Wait, it is a video game? I figured.
It's not a video game, but it runs on like first episode. Here is your task for the episode. Go and do task. Then do next task. Then do next task. And there's just no plot progression at all. It's just pathetic and lazy. And just the illogic on display at various points is just insufferable.
So it is literally just fetch quests all around, like, hey, go fetch this, go fetch that, and make sure that you bring your baby along, otherwise you're fired.
Pretty much.
Oh my God! Somebody said that The Mandalorian was the best dad.
Ugh, screw that. Let's keep going.
Man, with Solo, the orangey man. It is not a good film to me, although I can still see some merit in that. Some people like it. That's fine.
Who likes Solo?
Not me.
Nobody likes Solo. Solo bombed hardcore. Solo
is
Stop
really
ruining everything done, faggot.
What have I ruined? I haven't ruined your grandma, as far as I know.
Oh,
Not yet.
shots fired! Shots fired!
Hey, my grandma has been long since dead.
Well, I haven't ruined your mother then.
She's dead too. She got murdered by her boyfriend.
Okay, I haven't ruined you yet.
You have to take me out to dinner first.
Are you a cannibal or something?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll just need to eat you. Well, let's keep going, shall we?
I'm pretty cold. I don't know.
I don't care about Star Wars constantly making things just for me.
Well, here's the thing. When you make something that's good, it will be for just about everybody.
No.
At least that's my perspective on it. Like
Lord of the Rings isn't for everybody. It's only for like a tiny niche. Nobody cared about it, actually.
Yeah, it says the fourth highest grossing movie of all time for several decades. Until
that 97 Titanic film, that's only for like a tiny niche. That was not really popular at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know what is definitely made for everybody.
Minecraft.
Yes, indeed.
Or Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar.
True.
We don't speak of that.
Yeah, but it's just like it doesn't matter that it's not made for me. It's the fact that it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that reminds me. Since we're speaking of James Cameron, Terminator 2 when?
I was thinking later today, like 5 this evening, like 5:30 this evening, and well,
MST.
Yeah, I guess since I'm only doing like a short stream today to announce my book, I just need to. To those of you who are listening to us, this is probably going to be released in about a week, possibly less than a week. But this will be released. This was recorded on the day that I'm announcing the release of Battle of the Seven Suns and kind of telling you about Dragon Blaster and about Super Shots. So, but that'll be today. So
I'm sorry, I don't have a party horn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
we can't celebrate.
Well, I can. Well, I do have this little thing right here.
Astronaut Fred Wandel.
Congratulations, Don. You did it. I'm proud of you, my son.
Thank you. I'm glad that you have now become a priest.
Oh no.
I will blow up this world sky high.
Now you're a terrorist. Now you're Arabian now.
Let's keep going.
Misfire.
Have you not seen the ending of Far Cry
Maybe
3?
I'll make some great friends that I love as much as I
What? Rewind that.
What? Was it 4? I think it was 4, right?
to me. Although I can still see some merit in that some people like it. That's fine. But I don't care about Star Wars constantly making things just for me. It's a misfire. It's, they'll carry on. Maybe they'll make
Yep.
films that I love as much as
pressing that X button right there.
I love as much as The Force Awakens. But I want
I love Force Awakens, the movie that ruins the entire original trilogy, makes it absolutely pointless.
Yeah. And also,
we did this original trilogy. Oh, we have finally defeated the Empire. We have the Republic now. We can finally move on. Oh, it's all gone, and the Empire's back again. Okay.
Yeah. And then Rise of Skywalker came out, and they were just like, oh.
Hey, guess what? Anakin Skywalker, he is pointless.
Well, no, it's actually worse. They render most of TLJ pointless. They're putting the best face on it, and they're saying Rey does reject her stuff, but at least Rey rejects her parentage. It sucks that she's got a heritage that ruins TLJ, but it's just they're really forgiving in their podcast, but later on they seem like they've soured a lot on it, and it's kind of hilarious because they'll make jabs about it, and it's just, how does it feel, sucker? Karma's a bitch, ain't it, sucker?
I'm not angry or anything, bucka.
Fucker.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the appropriate response.
That's how it feels!
That does how they feel. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, how does it feel to have your have your franchise ruined on you? How does it feel?
How does it feel to watch the world around you crumble, and all you hold dear turn ashes in your mouth?
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. Let's get to the hour mark, and then we'll call it good for the day.
Wars to
2 hours already in.
And they can't do that just making stuff for me.
No, it's a matter of they need to make it for everybody, and they haven't. They've made it an utterly stupid action movie. They've made it into a less cringy Transformers because it's just, and also it's just ripping off the old stuff and turning into a Frankenstein's monster. That's all TLJ is. It's a Frankenstein's monster of New Hope and Jedi.
Don't forget the space horses. Definitely don't forget the space horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think probably one of the better examples of stuff that was not made for me that I still am entirely secure in my love for is a lot of the recent cartoons. Avatar and Korra were not made for me. They were not made for anybody on this podcast. They were made for children. And there are things about it.
It's a movie about space wizards intended for children.
I think that Korra was not made for children in most cases. It's
teenagers.
Yeah, it went more for teenagers, yeah, but still it was a terrible movie if you consider the original one.
It's even terrible by its own standards.
That's
terrible
true.
by the laws of cause and effect. And it's just but yeah, it's
This is a film about space wizards intended for children.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Willems, go get buggered by a cactus, my friend.
That are very childlike and, would not have been the way I go about it. But you know what? I still love them. Just because it's not for me does not mean it can't be good and does not mean that I can't adore them.
I would, I second that, number one, but I would also say for me, no matter what I find out and, some of the things he's done that have made him not a paragon of virtue, shall we say, Buffy will always be in that secure love camp for me.
And yet you have people wanting to boycott Harry Potter, even though Harry Potter is severely overrated. Because
Harry Potter, the first 3 movies I liked, and then it went a little bit to the, what the hell am I watching now? To meh, to eh. And then I didn't care anymore.
Well, I honestly like the later Harry Potter movies more than I like the earlier ones. I think at least the first 2 are kind of saccharine and lame. Kind of just as I progressed and gotten older. But the Fantastic Beasts movies suck. Especially 2. Fantastic Beasts 2 sucks. And it sucks in just that's another unites all sides of the board kind of movie where everybody hates it. And it's kind of just hilarious that it's kind of gotten to this point.
Is it affected me to my very core. I watched it every time in my life where I desperately needed someone telling me that who I was.
Sounds like you have a problem.
Yeah, it seems like you need therapy.
I think it totally affected me. Like I needed therapy. Grow a pair of balls, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Whites, don't be so chilly towards them.
Go jump off a bridge.
Really influenced my own emotional development in good ways.
My own emotional development.
That helped me be who I am today. And no one.
Oh, wait, stop. Shut up. Would you edit this? Play the very small violin soundtrack in this bit.
I'm gonna play this on the full violin.
I just put it out as
give me the fucking thing.
You could also just go for anyway. Let's go back to
yeah. Or
anyway.
Maybe I'll just get the clip of let me just play a song on the world's teeniest violin. I'll get that clip.
It's
I'll
really
just get
good.
that clip. I'll get the clip at some point. But until then, we'll make do.
Hey, by the way, Whites, did you already know that we're almost 2 hours in?
No. Oh yeah, we're over 2 hours in, but we've covered 36 minutes of podcast.
Well, at least we did more than the last time.
Yeah, that last one, the first 26 minute was bad. It is awful. We had to pause every minute or so just to kind of vent our argumentation because it was really bad.
Get away from me, and even if I don't like some things Joss himself has done, this art.
Okay, seriously though, how the hell do you get so emotionally attached to a fucking movie franchise?
I don't know.
I guess this also applies to fucking Star Wars theory.
But she's more attached to the art. She's saying it right now. She wants this art. She wants it on her bathroom. She wants it on her doors.
Like I imagine putting up a GIF and there's like a clip of somebody smacking a woman onto the floor, and that's what I imagine me doing right now. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like that. Shut the fuck up. Alright, continue, done. Done?
Done. Are you broken now?
No, I'm not broken. Sorry.
Oh, thank
I
God.
just had to. Yeah, 1 second. Let me. Let's keep going.
Special place in my heart.
The special
And
place
that's
in my
secure
heart.
love, I think.
I think an element of kind of hunger, to go back to a word that Sharon had used earlier, where just looking at strong like love and secure love, the nuances between
the strong love and nuances and TLJ, right? Is that what she's talking about? What the fuck?
Oh, let's back up a little bit so we know what they're talking
That
about.
helped me be who I am today, and no one can take that away from me.
Fucking TLJ, you fucking kidding me?
No, I think it was actually like not. It wasn't that. It was actually Buffy helped her to be who she wanted to be, I guess.
Oh my god! Then I swear, if that was TLJ, that's like the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, but it's Buffy. Buffy's like, never seen it. I don't really have any interest in watching it.
Damn.
Apparently it's good, but I don't really have any attachment.
Moving on.
From me, and even if I don't like some things Joss himself has done, this art will always hold a special place in my heart. And that's secure love, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Having porn in your room, that's secure art.
Yeah.
To go back to a word that Sharon had used earlier, where just looking at strong like love and secure love, like just thinking about the difference, the nuances between those, I'm thinking like strong like might be something like Hellblade for me, where we talked on the podcast, and I really like that experience.
Is a
I really
Hellblade
like that game, but it's
That's
fun.
a game.
Yeah, it's a game. I don't know anything about it, so I don't have any.
I'm gonna be looking at it for pictures. Let's see if it is even good.
Hellblade:
Yeah.
Sinuous Sacrifice, I think it is called.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that
what
game.
it's called.
I
don't know much about it, so
It's
if
not my
anybody knows,
style.
please tell. Okay, so it's kind of Well, we'll keep going.
Finite. Like I've done that, and I'm good with the experience I had. I'm not rushing out to play it. Now then, like a love might be more recently something like Beat Saber or the other VR games I've been playing, where like I can't get enough of it. I just want to get more and more, and it's just.
Oh yes, I love VR games. I should play some more Blade and Sorcery. Just like fucking
Beat
pounding
Saber
people's
is
heads.
indeed a fun game to play, especially on VR.
I like playing fucking Blade and Sorcery. I can just smash people into the fucking ground. It's great.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Well,
No.
Secure Love for me, a video game, keeping into media, would be kind of like Destiny, where I can see
Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah, this
Of all
person
the
is a big
things,
Destiny
Destiny
fan.
is gonna be.
Destiny? Are you fucking kidding me? That game has literally no story.
Destiny is literally just a trash of, it's even Warframe is better than Destiny. Let's put it that way.
I haven't heard very many good things about Destiny from people I respect.
You
It's
can
a looter
actually try it out. It's free to play if you care.
It's a looter shooter, but you could better just play Warframe, which is also a looter shooter.
I think kind of like Doom 2016 has kind of spoiled me a little bit, because it's just, how can I go to a lesser product after doing something this awesome?
Well, you have Doom Eternal still.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Doom Eternal.
Or play Turok.
Yeah.
Seeds of Evil.
I am done with Doom 2016. Like, I'm currently in my second playthrough, where I'm just kind of going through with kind of the intent of I want to get kind of try and memorize where each of these secrets in the level is. just so I can kind of get through it. And kind of like beat all the challenges as well. Make sure that I do that, or at least beat most of them, so I can kind of quickly upgrade my weapons rather than kind of slowly like grinding and earning things. I just didn't realize how quick I could earn upgrade points if I did challenges and explored secrets. So it's like 9 per level as opposed to like 2 or 3, like 4 or 5 per level. So it kind of just ramps things up quite a bit and allows me to do a lot more stuff. But we'll talk about that Doom another time.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about like the lore of Doom, just kind of going through like the secrets that I found, and maybe like play through some of the levels on stream since it was fun. But let's keep going.
A lot of people who don't have as strong of opinion and be like, yeah, no, I accept that. Like, but there's other people where I can be like, hey, you should check this out. Like, maybe we could play it a little bit. And I'm kind of, that community is getting weird because people are being very critical of Bungie. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm just kind of here for the ride. Like, whatever you guys put out, I want to experience it. Let's do this thing. But I feel very secure in that particular like appreciation of it.
Because you have no standards. Like, you hate 300, for example. Like, they, like, I think that their 300 stream, like, it's supposed to be, like, a parody of, like, Mahler or logic-based critiques, where kind of you don't bring in policy and just talk about the logic of the movie. And it's just, like, it's so stupid and vapid. And, like, it's just a horrible bastardization of, like, actual, like, criticism. That it's just going to be so fun to listen to. But it's really awful.
At the edge of my sleep.
Yep.
And so I think that that's what I mean, though, to go back to what I originally said, is that like a strong like is enjoyable, but you're not hungry for it. Love is you're hungry for it and you want more. And secure love is you know that more is coming and just enough and you're fine with what you get.
Or
okay, so that just makes love for Star Wars impossible because we know that most of what Disney puts out is going to be terrible. Pretty much everything that Disney has put out for the past little bit, excluding stuff from Pixar, has sucked.
Yeah, apparently Pixar is doing a better job than Disney himself.
Yeah, like for example, like apparently like Soul was really good. I haven't watched it, but apparently it's really good. Wreck-It Ralph was bad. Like, it's really stupid. Like, the internet does not work that way. It's fun enough, but it's really bad. It's a really bad movie and like doesn't work on like a mechanical level. There's also, and like Frozen 2 was bad.
No.
Everything Star Wars related has been bad. Like Rogue One's pretty bad. The sequel, Lion King. Every single one of their remakes is bad except for Cinderella and Jungle Book. Those are the only good ones out of the lot. All of the others are bad.
Aladdin is well, it's something.
Apparently, like I haven't watched it, but I refuse to watch it. Is Cruella? I'm just like Cruella's. I've heard nothing but bad about Cruella.
Oh yeah, they forgot. She got, what was it again? Her parents got murdered by Dalmatians or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah,
what?
It's apparently really stupid. Let's keep going.
Maybe not. More is coming. I love the original Mass Effect 2. And I quite like 1 and there was lots of merit in 3. And
what did he say?
He said that there's a lot of he loves Mass Effect 2, he quite likes 1, and there's a lot of merit in 3.
I heard these ending.
3 is absolutely garbage. So good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. I have not heard good things about 3. Even like Jeremy Johns is like relatively forgiving. He hated the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Let's put it this way, all right? You have a single player game and you put full-on microtransactions in it, and force the difficulty to be artificially difficult by making sure that if people not pay the microtransactions, they're gonna have a bad time.
Which is frustrating. And also
they turned from a story focused game into a shooter game. So there you go. Shoot a graphic game.
Let's keep going.
Did not like Andromeda at all. And as frustrating...
Most people hated Andromeda.
It was graphically incompetent and story-wise incompetent, as long as I remember.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And experience as I found it, I did not take to Twitter to complain bitterly for days, weeks, months, years about Mass Effect Andromeda. And I saw people liking it and thought, okay, at least someone likes it.
Basically, idiots liked it, from what I can see.
But I can accept that BioWare may be done, and that team may never reconvene, and that there may never be a Mass Effect that I love. But that I have Mass Effect 2, and that I've had those experiences, even if I never play Mass Effect 2 again. I love that, and I can accept that I won't necessarily get more. And that's another thing, like the idea of, like, you can love something even if it carries on without you, or even if you carry on without it.
I wonder if this is where some of that fear element of the hatred that we talked about comes from. The fear and the very irrational fear in the case of media that's already been produced, that what already exists and you loved is somehow going to be taken away from you.
Yeah.
It kind of has been. Like, Star Wars is irreparably ruined. Hello?
Yeah.
Any commentary from you guys?
Well, he will be happy that there is going to be a new Mass Effect made by EA, not by the official makers of Mass Effect, but by EA himself. So he's going to be happy that he's going to have a new game full of adventure and rich storylines and new microtransactions. He's going to be loving this. And then, when the train finally hits the station, it's going to be a horrible output like the new game. What was it again? The new D&D game that is coming out. Wait, hold on. Dark Alliance, for instance. Yeah, that has been hyped up to the max, and boom.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll discuss that another time. We're running out of time. We need to get going.
Sorry.
It's different when it's like, George, would you please just release the original versions on Blu-ray?
No, I don't think that's physically possible.
I'm afraid a bunch of fans have done precisely that, George. Now what have you got to say?
Well, I'm just selling it to Disney, so it's not on my hands anymore. However, did you like Sebulba in Return of the Jedi?
We did not, George. No, we did not. Once again, compliments of We Hate Movies. But again, like, that's kind of it kind of sucks that everyone doesn't get those versions of the movies. I've got the despecialized editions. I have a joy in sharing. That's, again, part of the secure love. I want to share this stuff with people, and no one really has access to the despecialized editions, not legally anyway. So I would love for them to be out there, Disney, for the love of God.
Just have it be an option, like you have said many times before. How many times have we gotten the versions of Blade Runner that has 4 different versions attached to it, like the director's, the theatrical, the special edition, et cetera, and how fun it is to compare the different versions. And you may not do that all the time, but it's fun to kind of compare them. So even if they just make it available, like, I would stand right up to them and say, yes, I will absolutely shell out however many dollars you want for a gigantic Blu-ray special collector's thing that has every single possible version of these movies, including the ones that I don't like. I will happily spend money on the prequels again.
I am led to believe
I will happily do that again.
The prequels are the worst thing ever, apparently.
Versions of the originals.
If you can get 1% of fans to sign a petition to that effect with you, you may well get them.
So I better do it now then.
I think that there is a conversation to be had about the fact that some media may well end up being lost through virtue of the fact that hard copy is starting to take a turn downwards.
Oh, yeah.
That there is
A bunch of things just not being released on Blu-ray in the UK.
and for stuff
New
to
releases.
be maintained online for streaming services or downloadable games, or we've seen it happen numerous times with MMOs. There has to be a willingness for the company to maintain them. The company has to still exist. EA has to have not bought them and then shut them down.
Sold for assets.
But that doesn't tend to
flourishing of
be
piracy.
Well, indeed. But where I see those conversations happening, and I say see them because I very specifically don't get involved with them on social media because I don't have the time or the energy for them. And that's my personal choice. I'm not criticizing or judging anybody who does get involved with them. That's up to them. But it's that is not the kind of conversation on social media that's for me. But when I see those conversations happening, it very rarely seems to be around that very legitimate concern.
What we're expressing here is a secure love for the original Star Wars films that George Lucas and company put out, and a worry that those films will not be able to reach their success with the new generation on their own merit because they are gated away behind antiquated technologies and formats. That's a desire not a desire to control them. The term stan that Sharon just used stems from a song by Eminem about an obsessive fan who over the course of several increasingly worrying letters loses touch with reality.
Yeah, that is a really cool song, I will tell you that. That's actually quite genius made. Stan is one of the most, well, I don't know if it is one of the most famous tracks of Eminem, but it is a very good one indeed. Because you can feel and how, an obsessive fan is talking. And then you can see, and then you can relate it definitely to the new problems that are occurring in the LGBT community. Let's put it that way. Yeah. These people make me very dizzy and very sleepy. It's like, listening to something that is so boring as fuck. Almost giving me a headache. But yeah, I must agree upon them what they did. Yeah, the EA definitely, this was already this is already like how old is this done?
This video, this is 2019 of March, so it's nearly
Yeah,
it's been a little over 2 years.
Exactly. So if you would see now, yeah, exactly what they have been worried about, that their sweet franchises have been swallowed up by EA. Yes, they have. Congratulations. And that is what is happening. That's what it did. And that's how things went. Of course, people like the original creators of Mass Effect actually did not stand by it, and they made their own damn things. So they made their own company.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yes, exactly, like that. And that's how you do it.
So I think we're actually at a good stopping place because they're about to talk about hate. Like, we're maybe only 58 minutes and 40 seconds in, but we're at a good stopping place where we can easily...
let's stop because
they're probably going to get into how much they hate the fans that hate The Last Jedi. But we'll call it good there, and I have to hop off and do my announcement stream. That's probably only going to be about an hour. I'm not sure, depending on how many questions I get.
So let's get one thing clear. 5 o'clock your time, right?
5 o'clock my time. 4 hours from now is
okay.
T2.
Okay, so I'll make sure to be ready by 4:45,
and then
that's how I always do it.
And then my thought is we'll do a stream on T2, T1, and T2 on Thursday since we weren't able to do New Hope yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I wish you both good luck with that, and good luck with announcing all your lovely things, because everybody's going to be looking forward to it.
Oh boy!
If you want to come on and ask me questions about it, I'd be down.
My head is right now is so.
Yes, and I have a major case of needing to go to the rush. So.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys want to come on the stream, I'll opened it up to anybody who wants to come on.
All right.
So we'll end the broadcast here. See you guys later. Bye.